And welcome everyone then to game number 1 of the second series of the day. We will be switching Running color over to the red color, given that blue on purple is going to be too hard to tell apart for some people. I think this is going to be just fine. I'm going to enable predictions. I'm going to pay the predictions from the previous game, and I will share the link to the website that I was taking a look at in the chat in case you want to keep on investigating on your own. But we are going to keep the country talk for in between series, alright? So the predictions are opening right now for who takes game number 1, with option 1 being Mr. DauT, the Lord, the Legend, and option 2 being Running. The unofficial clown over here who's been on the rise as of late. You have the next 5 minutes to get your predictions going as for who you think is going to win game number 1. Here's the link, by the way. There you go. Regardless, on the right hand side, DauT playing with Mongols will get 40% faster working hunters, 30% extra HP on like already Hassan and Step Lancer line units, in addition to 25% faster attacking, cavalry archer units. He's gonna have for the team bonus 2 extra line of sight on scout units, and then on the left hand side for running, playing with Italians, he will get first off a 20% discount on gunpowder units. 15% cheaper fish and ships, as well as 15% cheaper H research cost. To go into the next stage is going to be 15% cheaper. Besides that, we'll see for running civilization also cheaper university and dock upgrades. In addition to, for the team bonus, access to condottieri from the barracks in the Imperial Age. I would like for somebody to take a look at the stream from T90 and let me know, if possible, what time in the game he is in right now, because they took a very long time to share the recorded games, and that was after somebody raided Dave's channel. I don't know if they are co-casting right now, but we might actually be behind over here. They might have started casting this game significantly earlier, and we don't want to fall behind too much. So if there's a difference of a couple minutes already, we can potentially go 2x until we catch up a little bit. Regardless, we talked about civilizations. Let's talk about the map generation. Starting with the blue player, what do we get? And that's going for the dock already. He's got the main goal. These are not going to be main goals, right? He's got one of the golds up in the north. He's got another gold towards the southeast. He's got a stone up in the north over here as well, towards the left-hand side, and shouldn't really struggle too much to get the walls up, right, towards the edge of the map, from here to here. Just connect the dots. And this way, he's able to secure the berries. He's able to secure the wool lines. Even if these two are very small. And this way, he's able to secure this gold. He's able to secure this stone. This one, not so much. This one, not so much. But of course, what he wants the starting golds for is just to get him going until he can eventually go outside and try to contest one of these. Oh, a villager kill though from Mr. DauT. Check this out. He found the villager without them over here, completely exposed and running. Running tried to get the quick walls up over here and wasn't able to do so. So now that house is getting denied for the time being. And the red player is getting housed right now. Pretty badly, actually. He's got 2 villagers queued up. A fishing ship coming out right now, and the house finally comes up. There's already 15 seconds of idle TC time, and that is great. DauT ended up taking a little bit of HP losses over there on the scout, so he won't be able to engage against the scout from Running, for instance. And Running's trying to lure the scout. Notice how he kept the villager over there, very close to the scout, so that if DauT decided to engage against Running, Running would bring the scout over and ambush DauT, but of course DauT probably would have been able to get away with that anyway. Regardless though, taking a look at the map generation for Running instead on the left hand side, we'll see that for the red player, we have it go on the left hand side. He's got... What is the other... Wait, does he have a single gold? Oh no, he used this as part of the walls on the right hand side. Well, that is not good. He does not really secure this one. As for stone, he's got one on the back, which is good. and the other stone is going to be on the left-hand side now. If he goes for walls from here to here, just once again connecting the dots, and then from here towards the TC, he should be able to protect both these. In addition to the wool lines over here for sure. The wool lines over here, the wool lines over here as well. So that'd be good for him. And it wouldn't be too expensive. However, he's not going for that. Instead, we're going to see him go for something like this. Which is cheaper. It's easier to get done, of course, but it's not going to be anywhere near as protected, right? It's not going to be anywhere near as good. There we go. Good pressure. That's the first one to get to the fuel H. Skinning the galleys. One fishing ship down already. And they're losing about half HP in one of the galleys. But this already puts him in a very good position. Running struggles, guys. Running struggles big time. The thing over here as well is you don't have a lot of fish available around the start and sea tower. There we go. Yep, in the end, these fishing ships are most likely not going down, as DauT took proper advantage of the civilization he's chosen over here, the Mongols, to go out to the fuel age faster, and this is what we expect to see from the Mongols. To get the galleys out already. To go for it and start putting pressure, right? DauT so far, between the villager and the fishing ships, has taken 3 eco units down. And it's not going to be the end of it. The unit control for DauT is good! Yeah, and running cannot collect fish and peas. He cannot be left alone. He's going for the second dock. He's going up to the castle age. DauT, on the other hand, is very much in the fuel age still. But he's putting himself in a very good position. Much, much stronger. 10 extra workers right now. 11 extra workers compared to running. And even if he were to lose the fishing ships he's been going for, once running gets to the castle age and goes for the war galley upgrade and potentially for war galleys or fire ships, I would assume that by that point, DauT's fishing ships, if he doesn't go for any more, would probably already have paid off, so it's not too bad. And DauT's not like he's taking a lot of damage, right? Let's say the running does get to the castle age and gets the war galley upgrade, comes forward and takes all the fishing ships down. DauT would still find himself at the very least 6 workers ahead, and more so, you know, until running gets to the castle age. So that's going to be more like 7 workers ahead. And that, of course, offsets already for the time that it takes for your TC to research the castle age. And this is assuming that DauT does not try to defend himself, because if DauT goes for a few extra navy units while going after the castle age, he might actually be able to hold on, so long as running does not come in with too many units himself. Our player gets to the castle age though. War galley upgrades here. He's going forward with a... Yeah, that's a nice fishing ship snipe once again from DauT. But here he comes. Here comes running. Sailing straight into the water economy from DauT. DauT's gonna try to protect himself over here. Cannot do it though. Only 2 standard galleys, and he's going for an extra fire galley, right? He's got 2 docks to work with himself as well. He's gotta be careful. A lot of these fish ships are going down really quickly. If he wants to sustain his water economy, he needs to split these units around. There we go. In the end, as expected, running does end up getting away with water control over here. DauT the other hand, is losing a villager to the night, coming in from running. And he will be in the castle age very, very soon. But he's not going for any navy units. He's not trying to garrison demolition rafts or fire galleys to potentially turn those into demo ships and fire ships and fight running off. No, 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 no. Just going to wait until he gets to the castle age. And he's going to make a play for land. He's got some villagers moving forward already, and while running does have a TC foundation up in the north. I don't think he really knows much about DauT's whereabouts, right? There we go. Beautiful. DauT's getting away with the sneaky villagers. Send the step lancers now over to the center. Does he know about the TC? He's got no idea. Extra step lancers coming in. And he's able to stabilize back home, right? So he's gonna be fine. At the end of the day, running will start pulling ahead in work account because of the fishing ships. As DauT and DauT losing control of the water, now Run is gonna try and leverage his water control to get ahead in economy. And for the most part, it's gonna be able to do so. But running is most likely than not completely blindfolded about DauT's push over here. He's got no idea. I imagine he's probably expecting DauT to be going for extra TCs and trying to play for economy. He's playing Mongols, right? But then at the same time, with Italians, the Nexus, the Genoese crossbows being such a good counter unit to pretty much anything that the Mongols can go for, that's good in the later stages of the game, except for Siege maybe. But then for that, he's gonna have cheaper bombard cannons, right? Running's feeling confident over here in letting DauT play for economy if he's going to go for some economy himself, but he's about to. There we go. Get a nice notice. As running has been served over here. If he doesn't react, he's gonna get screwed by DauT's advances. Here he comes, the bull player, bridging in straight through the palisades. Doesn't have any extra siege weapons coming out though. Up in the north, second TC coming in for DauT. There we go, nice conversion. Got the conversion coming in. He will be able to get the conversion unless Ryan leads the unit. Ryan goes on to lead the unit, but the mangonel has already gone down, so DauT's push over here is not looking anywhere near as strong anymore. Second, third TC's on the way for DauT. He is already behind though, by a little bit, with the third TC already up. Running, plus the water control of course. Running has been pulling ahead in work account, and DauT is not too far behind though. Only about 5 units or so. Have you tested ChatGPT? It's amazing. I haven't tested it yet. No. Let me know if you can use it for free. How much you can use of it, because I remember ChatGPT 3, or not ChatGPT 3, I think it was called, it had a different name, right? GPT 3, I think it was called. You could only use it so much before you had to buy credit. Nice snipe over there. The Mangonel is going to get targeted by another monk, and he gets the conversion. And DauT's push over here has not been strong enough, unfortunately. Yeah, he's taking more losses than kills over here for the most part. And pretty expensive ones at that. Using a bunch of mangonels to the monks of the conversions. It's not been great. Do you know if there's a limit to how much you can use it on a given month or something like that? I haven't used it yet, but I do feel compelled to use it. There we go. Oh, this is so good. He's using the range and he got a villager. He got the villager. Because of the range over here from the Step Lancers, he converts another villager from DauT as well. This is so good from running. This is absolutely fantastic defense from the red player. DauT is starting to catch up though with the extra TCs. He's on 4 TCs right now. He's only 3 villages behind compared to running, so it's not too bad. Both these players will be contesting the same gold up in the north, and the thing is, DauT is aware of running's presence over here. Running's got no idea about DauT's presence, but now he sees a castle coming up. As he sees the foundation erect up in the north, he's gonna need to go for something himself, or bail, and he's gonna choose to bail. He doesn't have the resource to go for anything himself, although he could use the market to try and buy a castle himself. That had a head start in building over here, so running decides to just bail. On the right hand side instead, DauT's gonna be completely fine, completely uncontested. Nobody is trying to contest the southeast just yet, although DauT does have 2 units over here. At the very least, he's making sure that running is not there. But it's very likely we're gonna see DauT try to make a play for this one as well, right? He's already pushed running away from here. Remember, the players begin only with 4 tiles of gold each. There's about 1300 gold left on that one, and this one for running's got only 200 left. So if he does not make a play for one of the other golds, for one of the neutral golds, he's gonna be in a very, very unfavorable position. DauT, all he's gotta do is go down south over here towards the southeast, go for some sort of fortification that would allow him to prevent running from coming in easily, and then he should find himself in a much better position. Ideally, he also wants to keep control of the left-hand side over here by sending some units forward, kind of like he's been doing with the Step Lancers, or going for another fortification forward that will allow him to prevent running from even contesting the left-hand side anymore. And then on the right-hand side, not so much. He's gonna have to make a choice. Does he want to go for both these golds partially, or does he want to completely secure the left-hand side? Regardless though, while DauT has been able to not only catch up but surpass running in worker count, it has come at a cost. Because his economy was smaller before he started investing into the extra TCs and whatnot, it was a little bit more expensive for DauT to get himself to the position he's gotten. And getting the castle, of course, that's also going to represent a few hundred extra resources DauT invested into map control over saving to go up to the next stage. So running will be the first player to go up to the Imperial Age, while DauT, on the other hand, not so much. Here we go. Forecast coming in from running. He's gonna be the first player in the Imperial Age, and DauT, very similarly to what we saw in the Fuel Age, is significantly ahead for both military and for economy, but he is 1 age behind the running. Once he gets to the Imperial Age with the Italians, he'll be able to go for chemistry, 20% cheaper bombard cannons, and potentially even condottieri to get the push going. Genoese crossbows would be a good unit choice as well for running, and now that he's got the castle up, he's going to start going for those. Because once again, it doesn't take too many Genoese crossbows to counter all sorts of cavalry units, and because Tau civilization is going to be so reliant on cavalry, there is absolutely 100% reason for running to go for the unit, and he's going for it. He's going for ballistics right now as well. No chemistry yet though, no bombard cannons for the time being. Check this out, by the way. DauT's got a sneaky villager inside Running's base, and he's been going for outposts. He's gonna try to go for more. Oh, the villager goes down in the end. Nice conversion coming in from Running, and red players starting to build some pressure over here against DauT. First trebuchet comes out, and still no chemistry, mind you, on the way for Running. And he's got some condottieri. He's got condottieri, Genoese crossbows. He's got to be careful though. We have Mango Day from DauT coming out in great numbers, and while the Genoese crossbows will be very good, they need the numbers, and the numbers are not here. So now we see Running's forward units getting completely wiped out. The monks, the Genoese crossbows, everything goes down to the Mango Day. And while DauT's about to lose a TC over here, but you know what? It's not going to be the case. The Mango Day end up pushing the trebuchet away, otherwise Running risks losing the trebuchet, and in the end he does not lose it anyway though. But this TC does go down from DauT, so he does end up losing one, but he'll still be left on 3 TCs. This one very low HP, but it should not matter, right? He's already getting to the villager count that he needs, so he doesn't need to go for a lot of extra villagers. He doesn't need a much higher villager production potential. And Running, on the other hand, well, he is on 3 TCs himself. He is still catching up to DauT's worker count, but for military count, DauT is also dominating and doing a really good job. Both players on 2 castles, but the production has been ongoing for DauT for a little bit longer, so he's able to get ahead. And also keep in mind, Running with 2 castles over here being so far apart is going to struggle to get a working Genoese crossman army, because the mobility of the units makes it a lot harder for him to group all the units up together. Here we are. Trish is moving in from Running, trying to take on the castle from DauT. DauT is on 3 castles total. He does have a good amount of trebuchets himself. One of them is on the right hand side, taking this castle down, and because Running does not have a single villager around here to try and repair the castle, he's most likely not going to lose it. He does have a lot of gold miners though, but he's not sending any villagers to the castle's crumbling, which means Running's, yeah, whoa, he goes on to call the GG right away. His Genoese crossbow production was about to drop by half, but he goes on to call the GG right away. And I don't know, man, like DauT, he was taking some of the fishing ships down. He had the Mango Day over here, but he was kind of surrounded, right? Like Running had the war galleys, he had the Genoese crosses at the center over here. He was still on a very respectable worker count and military count. I think it's probably just a score over here that might have thrown Running off a little bit, but in the end it's going to be 1-0 for the Lord, for DauT. We'll take a look at game number 2 in a moment. Let's go through the achievements as usual, and we'll see a better KD for DauT, approaching a 7-to-6 KD ratio, almost as high. For economy, on the other hand, we're going to see about 13,000 extra resources collected for DauT, so that's a lot. And for society, a little bit of a higher villager max count for DauT, in addition to a lower amount of villagers lost, I think, 11. And actually, you know what? No, it was lower for running. He ended up losing 7 versus 11 from DauT. In the end, though, Serene player comes out on top. DauT won, running Neo. Give me. And we are on to game number 2. Officially, Fortress. For civilizations, DauT's gonna make use of the Chinese. The Chinese. Lovely civilization for Fortress. I remember back in the AOC days, the Chinese, the Vikings used to dominate. And we're gonna see that DauT, with the civilization, is going to begin with 3 extra villagers. And Fortress is not going to be quite as dramatic of a difference compared to on other maps, obviously at the very beginning. But because you do begin with a stronger economy over here, DauT at the very least is able to prevent getting any idle TC10. So he'll be able to secure his 3 villager lead as opposed to the usual 2 villager lead that the Chinese get on standard maps because of the idle TC time. Regardless though, besides that, we'll see for the Chinese 10, 15, 20% cheaper upgrades in the Feudal Castle and Imperial Ages. We'll see for the civilization. In addition to that, the TCs get 5 extra line of sight and 5 higher population support. Well, for the team bonus, farms will get 10% extra food compared to other civilizations, so you can see already that is going to be the case, I think. Hold on a second. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Besides that, we'll have for running civilization on the other hand for the Khmer, 10% faster moving battle elephant line units. The ability to garrison 5 villages inside each house. No ability requirements affecting them whatsoever, which on this map seems to be kind of weird to make choice of the Khmer, because you're not really affected by it, right? You can go up to the Feudal Age from the get-go because you already have your Dark Age buildings, you already have a castle, so you can go up to the Castle Age, you can go up to the Imperial Age, so you're not going to be able to make use of it. In garrison villages inside houses, usually something you're going to be able to take advantage of on maps like Atacama or Arabia, you know, more open, aggressive maps where you're bound to get raided by scouts, stuff like that. But anyway, we'll see that besides all of those bonuses, the Khmer also get a stronger food economy because the farmers do not need mills or TCs to drop food on. As you can see, the counter is going to trickle over here for running. Besides that, we'll find that the Khmer will get for the team bonus 1 extra range on Scorpion weapons, and that's going to be about it. Both these players are already going up to the Feudal Age. Map generation is usually not really that important on this map because the players are already going to begin protected by and not only the walls, but also even for, you know, the resources. They have watchtowers protecting those, so even if you have some resources kind of close to the walls, the towers are going to protect those. So it's not really going to matter too much. We can take a look at where the relics are located, for instance, though. That we can do. And there's a relic that's going to favor DauT underneath the gold over here, around here. There is a relic that's going to be favoring running over here in between both these players. And then there is going to be a neutral one over here, we can call it. There is one that favors DauT over here on the right hand side, and another one that favors DauT over here on the right hand side. So that's going to be 3 relics much closer to DauT, 1 relic much closer to running, and 1 that is going to be contested. And even though technically it's closer to running space, the one up in the north over here, it's going to be so far away that it's like not guaranteed whatsoever. Running still scouting with the king though. And check this out, the scout from DauT is actually faster than the king. This could be juicy, but he's going to get away. The king is walking away. Yes, sir. DauT cannot catch up fast enough. That is going to be barely 0.22 faster movement speed for DauT over here. 0.23 actually faster movement speed over here for DauT compared to running. So he would have needed to catch that king off guard, and then he might have been able to body block it and take it down right away. But in the end, running does end up walking away. As Feudal Age is here for both players, they immediately click out to the Castle Age. Once again, the castle's already up, so they don't need much of anything. We're gonna see DauT. He does have the market, the blacksmith. He does go up at a comparable time compared to running. And that's about to run out of foragers. There we go. Castellage's here now for DauT. Castellage's here for running. Second TC coming up now for DauT on the right hand side. Second TC on the way for running. Nobody's going for a third TC just yet. Running does not have the stone right now. DauT, on the other hand, does have 100 stone already. He's taking the 50 that he needed from these two. So he should be able to go for the third TC once he gets enough wood. Meanwhile, running on the other hand, running's going for the second TC close to the stone so that he can get the stone that he needs. To go for the third TC and DauT. DauT's got it on the way already. And the decision making over here, the macro for DauT has been completely flawless. And this is something that DauT is very well known for, right? Its macro is, yeah, second to none. At this stage in the game, he already managed to get a 5 villager lead. And with the 30C coming up significantly earlier compared to running, now it's going to keep on getting further and further ahead. Yeah, running. Now he gets enough stone to go for the third one, but it's not really doing it. DauT's trying to get some map presence. He doesn't have a monastery though, so this is going to be mostly to try and prevent running from getting away with all the relics, but he's coming in a little bit too late. The red player already has collected the first relic, and if we take a look at running's point of view, he knows where the other 4 relics are. So he is sending a monk up in the north. He's going to try to get this one. He's sending the monk towards the south over here. He's going to try to take this one. And DauT, on the other hand, he's going for 2 canoes. Not really going to do much of anything. This is not going to prevent the monks from taking the relics away. So long as running's paying attention, it should be able to take care of 2 canoes or pretty much any unit that DauT goes for, even if it's scouts. There we go. Yeah, second relic coming in already for running, and it seems like he's getting away with the third relic here. He's got just the 2 monks as well. He's not been going for any extra units, so it's gonna take some time. There we go. It's gonna take some time for him to finish collecting these, but even if he fails to collect the remaining 2 relics, so long as he gets away with this one, he's already going to have 3 relics guaranteed out of 5. That's fantastic. He's got the 4 TC on the way. He got the 3rd TC already up. DauT is on 3 TC still. He has managed to get an 11 villager lead over running anyway, though, as is. There we are. Beautiful. There we go. So far, DauT's been able to hold on to his lead. Even if it's shrinking a little bit, now he's gone from 11 extra workers down to only 6 extra workers. He has already been taking advantage of the extra workers he's had for longer to get extra resources in, and he'll be the first player to go out to the Imperial Lich, and it's not going to be particularly close. Not even by a little bit. There we are. Imperial Lich is on the way for DauT and running. He's trying to get there himself. He'll be able to click up soon. He'll be able to catch up soon in worker count against DauT as well, as the blue player is still sticking to 3TCs only. Here we go. Nice. Monk snipe from Mr. Running. Beautiful. For castle on the way now for DauT as well. Running is on the clock over here. He's gonna get to the Imperial Lich very soon with the Khmer. He's gonna get access to... What is he really going to go for though against the Chinese? The Khmer is gonna get access to Cavalier, the Chinese get Camels. He's gonna get access to Scorpions? What is the plan over here for running? The Civilization matchup is, in my opinion, better for DauT in the latest stages of the game over here. The one thing that I do like for running though, if like the gold runs out, so that at the very least is gonna get access to Hussar, right? While the Chinese only get light cavalry, but even then it's going to be so rough with the Chinese getting fully upgraded halberdier as well, compared to not quite as fully upgraded for running. Could prove to be more crucial, depending on unit control, of course. Yeah, and running's going for Scorpions. I don't know, man. I don't know about this, especially with DauT going so heavily into two canoes here. The extra projectiles make these units significantly more effective against high pierce armor units. So even the Scorpions over here would actually get kind of chunked by the two canoes without too many issues. Now DauT's got the first reach out. It's gonna try to target the castle. The king? Where's the king? Running's got the king in the tower, up in the north, very close to the 4TC over here. Well, DauT on the other hand is going after the castle right away. If he takes this one down, he basically strips Running away from any fortifications. And take a look at this, Running was collecting some silver. He was kind of hoping to go for a second castle, but now if he ends up getting targeted here by all three trebuchets from DauT, he is bound to lose this castle for sure. That's gonna be a big issue for Running. He's using the stone that he's been collecting so far to keep the castle up over here, as opposed to going for a second castle. So that means he won't be able to go for a second castle, and the castle is going to crumble anyway. But he did manage to get double crossbows just in time before the castle goes down. And that's gonna give the Scorpions twice the projectiles. That's going to give the Scorpions 2 bolts per shot over here, as opposed to only 1. As you can see. Here comes DauT. These by the way, are standard scorpions, not heavy scorpions just yet. And DauT, well, he's gotta be careful. He's gotta scatter his units up, and he will use the scatter formation. There we go, the chickens are coming in, man. I don't know if I'm liking this too much from running. The scorpions are getting some damage down, but they are going down really quickly as well. Well, we have some light cavalry over here. It seems like DauT ends up getting the better end of the deal. And that's another game where running is on a somewhat healthy population over here. Is on a good amount of resources, has a strong economy and a good amount of militaries left, but he calls it GG because he feels he doesn't have the possibility to come back against DauT. And to be honest, I will agree with him because this push from DauT was absolutely amazing, really well played. Everything from DauT this game was absolutely fantastic in running. He kind of felt hopeless, and who's, you know, like, you cannot really blame him. Who's gonna want to play in this position against DauT when DauT's gotten away with so much? For military, we see a better KD for running the end. For the economy, we're gonna have a stronger economy for DauT though, getting over 3,000 extra resources. Hey Manfred, hi, welcome back. We'll see for villagers, a higher villager max count for running. He ended up losing 8 villagers over here. DauT did not lose a single villager in the end, and while running might have gotten ahead and working out towards the end of the game, DauT was about to mitigate that, of course. So well done. Serbian player 2, German player 0. Here we are, guys. Game number 3, the final one of the series between DauT and running. We'll see for the bull player on the left-hand side with the Aztecs. There we go. He's got 50 extra gold upon starting the game. Besides that, we're gonna see for the Aztecs, villagers who can carry 3 extra resources per trip for free. In addition to 11% faster training military units for the Aztecs, except for monks. Monks, on the other hand, will get 5 extra HP per each monastery technology researched. And for the team bonus, the Aztecs will also have 33% faster gold income from relics. Running's playing with Franks. And both these players, yeah, with pretty classic civilizations. The Franks, a little bit older even, will get 20% extra HP on cavalry units starting in the field age, as well as free farm upgrades. The Franks will also have a 25% discount on castles and 15% faster working foragers, while for the team bonus, the Franks will finally get 2 extra line of sight on Nightland units. So running is starting to push the deer already. It's looking good. Gonna take a look at the map generation for both these players. DauT is doing the same as well. And these players, of course, doing this will oftentimes take a little bit longer to scout the rest of the resources. So where are the goats? I think DauT's missing some, right? I think he is. Is he? No, he's gotten them all. He's gotten them all, yes. I think running might be missing some though. Yeah, there are 2 over here he has not found yet. Anyway, checking the map generation, and hey Aglamofo, hi. How's it going? We have the main stone on the back for DauT, the main gold on the left hand side, secondary gold on the left hand side for DauT as well. And a beautiful woolen over here for him to collect from on the back. Should be able to connect the walls like this from here towards a house, and then from here to here as well. That should be good. You should be able to secure this, should be able to secure this. The woolens he won't be able to secure those, so that's unfortunate. Unless DauT goes for a very, very greedy wall towards the edge of the map, he's not going to be able to secure this either. He's not going to be able to secure this either. He is collecting wood from the front though, so it seems to me like he's probably going to be forced into walls like this instead. This is going to be kind of problematic. This section of the wall is very hard for him to defend if he doesn't end up going for something like that. But if he goes for it in the end, if he goes, for instance, let's say for a few houses over here towards the end, of the wall over here that are not going to be quite as vulnerable as palisades, then he could use the lumberjacks to bring those over and repair the walls, right? We're gonna see also the gold and the stone, in addition to 2 wool lines over here available for the wool player if he does end up going for the walls like this. And taking a look at Running's map generation on the other hand, what do we get? Well, we'll see for the red player the main goal on the back, so that's already beautiful. Secondary goal on the left hand side, the other secondary goal on the right hand side, very far away. And for stone, we have the main stone on the left, secondary stone on the right hand side. Walls like this should be pretty easy for him from here towards the TC, from here towards the TC probably. Should be able to secure this for sure, but once again, unless he goes for greedy walls towards the edge of the map on the right hand side, he won't be able to secure any wall lines. So this could actually be really good for DauT. We know that the Aztecs, unless they are going for a fast castle approach over here, most likely now they are going to end up going for an archer push in the fuel edge. So if Running is unable to secure a wood line, this could be actually really beneficial for DauT. Nice reaction from DauT as well, as he's going for the barracks. Yeah, it's going to be a Minotaur's archer push. It's going after the fuel H already with 1 militia on the way, 22 population, Minotaur's archers. And Running on the other hand, he's going for a very standard 18 pop with the Franks over here, 18 pop scout play. That's still very much open though, so the much earlier scouts could actually be really good. Walls coming in from DauT with a single village that's gonna take forever and it's not going to be fast enough. As the stable's coming up already for Running, the scouts will start pouring very soon. Yeah, and take a look at that. That starts to get the walls up over here. And Running. And he's got the scout, keeping track of the militias from DauT. So it seems like he's going to try to play defensive first, as opposed to sending the scouts forward, necessarily. There we go. There you are. Eagle Scout. Going down.
Comandante.
Minotaur's upgrades coming in now for DauT. And he should have an archer range coming up, but he's not going for it. He does have 2 gold miners though. But he's not going for the archer range yet. Interesting. He's gonna try to just play for just Minotaurs into the castle age? That seems odd.
Comandante.
Yeah, so far DauT's been unable to get any damage done with these units, so he spent a lot of resources and he's not really gotten out of them too much. Scouts are running, cannot find any damage as DauT's walls do go towards the TC. He's already gotten the walls around. Yeah, there we go, the gold miners, and finally we see the archer range come up for DauT. But this is just the beginning of the fuel age. We'll see the players go for extra units. We'll see DauT go for the archers and try to push the villagers away from Running's resources. We're going to see Running go for skirmishers to try and take the spearmen down. And then he's gonna try and make use of the skirmishers to push the villagers away from wood for DauT, push the villagers away from gold. And we have Minotaurs and Archers versus Scouts and Skirmishers, so who comes out on top? The Spearman over here is extremely important for DauT to keep alive. So that's what Ryan is going for right now. He's threatening an engagement, but the problem for DauT is if he does not take the engagement, he does end up losing the Spearman anyway. And then the Scouts clean this up easily. And there we go, the Spearman's down, so now Running is not afraid of taking the engagement, and the DauT's got the hit advantage over there, but it's not going to be able to take the engagement either. He turns around and tries to go after the Scouts. He's going to be able to get one down, but he's already lost one of the Minotaurs. 2 Minotaurs going down, 1 Scout going down only. All the Minotaurs getting cleaned out with a single Scout going down from the red player, and that was probably as good an engagement as you could have gotten from Running. DauT, on the other hand, struggled big time, ended up getting completely wiped out, and makes you wonder, wouldn't it have been better for him to just try and force the engagement when he still had the Spearman? Well, it is what it is. Could've, would've, should've. Obviously, completely useless in this situation. He's trying to find some weak villagers, and DauT's done a good job of keeping the weak villagers close to the TC. So you see here, here, these villagers are protected, and they are not just around the TC, they are on the back of the TC, so it's even harder for units from Running to get any damage down over there. So DauT's macro, once again, is just so good. These are things that players like this, players like DauT, are just going to have kind of built into their gameplay. It's just natural for them, you see? And the cast stage is on the way now for both these guys.
Comante. Ok.
Fantastic. It's very even. Right now, we see the cast stage is coming in for both these guys. With only a difference of a few seconds over here, 10 seconds faster for DauT. And he's already showing his cards, right? He was going for the second barracks earlier. He's got the third barracks already up inside the wall, so he's going for Eagle Scouts as fast as he can produce them. They are pretty slow to produce in the fuel age. But once he gets to the castle age, the play is quite clear. DauT's going for a full Eagle spam over here, but he will need something else because Running is going for triple stable knight production once he gets to the castle age. And this is gonna be so good for Running. DauT, on the other hand, it's gonna struggle big time. I just think in this game that has great macro. Running ahead 2 villagers and has 200 stone. The villager count right now is, yeah, 1 higher over here for Running, probably 2 because of the idle TC time from DauT, yes. And yeah, correct, this is not the best macro that we have seen from DauT. This is not great for his standards either. I was just referring to the fact that the little things, right, the little details over here, such as even keeping the weak villagers on the back of the TC, not just anywhere close to the TC, is one of those little things that is kind of built into DauT's gameplay at this point already. But yeah, it's not been quite as good as you have seen before, right, from DauT in the previous games. Kind of hard to imagine that it gets better for the blue player. It even gets better than this. Here's a big engagement coming out. The Knights will clean this up for sure. We have a Spearman in the mix. 2 Spearmen in the mix, but it's not enough. The Knights clean that up. And Running once again, he's playing for the point over here. If he takes game number 3, he still loses the series. But at the very least, he's gonna be adding a point to his score on the leaderboard. In DauT split one of his Eagle Warriors up to the north. Yeah, he spun the Eagle off and he was able to get a few villager picks over here. So that's going to allow him to not only catch up, but get ahead in work account. To kind of mitigate for the extra idle TC time he's gotten so far. But it's rough, guys. It's rough. Running is aware of the opening over here. DauT's aware of the opening over here, and just in time, that manages to get the palisade wall up over there. Running's timing was probably not the best. There we go. But the Monk gets the conversion anyway. Here comes Running. Beautiful, the conversion's coming in already from DauT. Oh, okay, a little bit of a stutter over there. Looks like DauT will go 1 TC. He's got the second TC on the way right now, but it's not really going to have too much of an impact on his production because he's not going for anything that's going to be full intensive. Third TC on the way right now for him as well. Running going for the second TC. Yeah, Running going for the second TC, he won't be able to give, like, even with 1 TC only, he wouldn't be able to sustain triple stable production, but with 2 TC, it's certainly going to be less likely. Regardless though, DauT's push over here is not going to be strong enough. Even if he does end up getting a few conversions over here, the Monks do go down, and the converted Knights plus the Eagles that we have remaining from the Blue player are not enough for him to take the engagement against Running. So the Red player already got enough Knights to pretty much offset for whatever DauT wants to go for over here. The conversions are not proven enough. We see 2 additional conversions. Now we have extra Monks coming in. Now this is starting to get kind of dangerous for Running. It's gonna take the engagement. We see a lot of Knights targeted over there. The Monks, the Eagle Warriors, they do end up cleaning up the units from Running, who ends up running down to only 7 military units. And DauT is in a fantastic spot over here. It's completely overturned the situation over here when it was looking so much better for Running just a few minutes ago. Yeah, now Running goes on to call the GG after taking that atrocious engagement, and DauT, unbelievable, gets a full series over here. He could have lost this game. He could have lost. There was definitely a chance for Running to take this game. We saw it, and unfortunately he could not really take advantage of it. So in the end, DauT's going to get a 3-0 score for the series. Let's go through the achievements before we jump back and wait for the final series of the day. Remember, that one is gonna be Capoch versus Miguel Capoch. Capochcito. It's been a while since the last time that I saw a game from him. 43k ratio for Running, doesn't matter, probably not. 8 conversions for DauT. He ended up losing one of the Knights that he had converted over to another conversion from Running, but of course that's just giving Running 1 unit back as opposed to actually giving him extra army, right? Stronger economy for DauT as well. This game was absolutely fantastic for the Serbian player, and that's going to be about it. So